Satnam. Hello. I'm really happy you're here. I'm talking about the stages of evolution in this series, and I'm starting with cocooning, which is actually stage 5. The reason I'm doing this is because I've just come out of cocooning, well, a couple months ago. And I have a lot of friends, and I'm seeing a lot of people online, on social media that are really at the place where cocooning is super important. So here's where we're going to start, at the end, which is the beginning. It'll all make sense when it all comes together. I want to tie in the life purpose map to these stages because when we have an understanding of kind of how we are and what we're here to do, when we're in all of these stages, it helps us determine what to focus on. And isn't that nice? Having a knowing of what to focus on? Yes. So, cocooning, stage 5 of the evolution spiral. It comes before curiosity. Think about this. When you were born, just prior to, where were you? In the womb. You were cocooned. When you leave your body, where do you go? Into a coffin? Into an urn? Your body is cocooned. Your soul, your subtle body, that's a different story. But we're not talking about that right now. So, what is cocooning stage? Well, as everything ebbs and everything flows, everything expands and everything contracts, it is the point in your journey, in your evolutionary spiral, where you've been expanding and you've been putting yourself out more and more. Maybe you've been either starting a business or growing your business, transforming your business, and really allowing that aspect of yourself. And it's not just business. I just work with a lot of entrepreneurs. But even if it's, in your motherhood or in the way that you're living, you're expanding and you're sharing more and more of who you are out with the world. This leads to a little bit of maybe overwhelm, or it can be an overextension of yourself, and you will start to think and realize, ooh, wait, is this all for my best? Is this really good for me? Is this really what I want? Because when it comes down to it, people, what you want is what matters. I'm sorry, but it is. So when we are overextended like that, then we come into our contraction. I call it cocooning because it's not like we're losing anything or we're like clamming up. We're just stepping back and assessing where we're at and assessing what we've done and evaluating, thinking about where we want to go, where we want to be. And it's a really important stage. The trap for cocooning is comfort. And what I mean by that is because a lot of us aren't comfortable with doing less and coming into a stage where we're actually just looking at everything and kind of planning for the future. It feels like we're not being productive, and that's the most incorrect way to think. Sometimes doing nothing is the most productive thing that you can do. But the trap is comfort. And that just means that once we do step back and start to reevaluate and sort of analyze and think about where we want to go, that can be cozy, and it can be easy to just say, oh, well, this is good. I'm going to keep analyzing. I'm going to keep thinking about what I want to do. And that will trap us from moving forward into the first stage, which is curiosity. So how do we avoid this trap? And what is the main thing to focus on when we're cocooning? Well, in the life purpose map, we have 5 points of reference. And then, I'm going to be honest, there are other kind of secondary places to look, but we really focus on the top 5 because we have 5 stages of evolution. We have 5 main points to look at, and they go together really well. So your life path number is the one to really get a knowing about, to really get comfortable with, not in the trappy sense, but just to know really how you're going to feel spiritually fulfilled in this lifetime. How do you find that out? You add all of the digits up in your birthday. I'll use mine as 10, 22, 19, 82. 10 plus 22 is 32. Plus 1 is 33. Plus 9 is 42. Plus 8 is 50. Plus 2 is 52. 5 plus 2 is 7. And my life path number, or my path number in this system of numerology, is 7. I think it's in all systems of numerology, I'm a 7. But the way this one works is beyond telling me what my personality is. It actually gives me a course of action as well. So the 7 represents the aura. When I'm cocooning, and I recently have been, and I've recently been really needing to focus on what's best for me, it was ultra important for me to be contained in my aura and to keep that containment, that electromagnetic field, strong, so that I did not allow the outside world to influence me in my decisions for myself. If you ended up with 1 as your path number, very rare, by the way, but if you did, creativity is going to be really, really, really important for you to stay creative when you're cocooning, to draw, to color, to garden, to create delicious meals or create music. Whatever your version of creativity is, super important if you're a 1 in the path number. If you're a 2 in the path number, and this happens more frequently, that's the negative mind, and let's dispel any irrational thoughts about negative mind. It's a very good thing. It is about boundaries. And so the path of a 2 is to help others realize that they are their connection to God. So when you're in cocooning, if your numbers all added up to 2, you need to really, really be mindful of your spiritual practice and continue with that, because that will keep you in the center of who you are. It'll keep your boundaries strong, and it will keep your values at top of mind. When your values are at top of mind and your priority, then you're not going to just say yes to everything that comes your way. So this is all simplified, by the way, but these are just little tips. If your numbers all added up to 3, so say it was 30, and then that would go down to 3, that's the positive mind. On a physical level, the positive mind is strengthened a lot when you strengthen your navel. So doing Nabi Kriya, or a very powerful belly practice, is super important for you when you're cocooning, to keep that, but also to stay positive. It's so easy to let the doubts and the depression, the acute depression, the feeling that there are no possibilities, when actually with your strong positive mind you see all and only possibilities. Really important to keep seeing the possibilities. Again, you're cocooning, so you see them and you witness and you watch and you wait, because you will know when it's time to step forward again. If all of your numbers added up to 4, that's the neutral mind. The neutral mind weighs the positive and negative mind's options, right? And a strong neutral mind gives you an answer within 9 seconds. So it takes in all of the information from all of your other bodies and it gives you an answer. It is your task to meditate and meditate and meditate some more when you're in cocooning stage and neutral mind is your path. Now, be careful with meditation. I've done this, I think everybody has. We have a question. Okay, I'm going to meditate. So you write down your question or you just have it in your head and you're waiting for your answer because you're going to make yourself get the answer through meditation. That's not what meditation is for. Meditation is to completely detach from all things but being present. So if you're meditating in order to get an answer, stop. Just meditate and just see what happens. Chances are you will get an answer, but that's not the purpose of meditating. The purpose of meditating is to strengthen the neutral mind. You can do it. So what if all your numbers added up to 5? So you had like a 23 or something. That's the physical body. Really important for you to maintain balance when you're in your cocooning stage. You are a teacher. That is your path. It is what you're here to do. But that doesn't mean you always have to be doing in order to teach. When you are in the stage of cocooning, when you're reassessing and really getting cozy with yourself, but not too comfortable, so you never move forward, keep a physical practice. Do aerobics, running, anything that gets your heart up and makes you sweat. It's just a side note, this is really good for everybody, but especially when you're in cocooning as a 5 path. Keep a balanced diet, get enough sleep. Just really, really be aware of how you're treating your physical body, because throughout again, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, so throughout your business growth and next stages, you have to maintain your physical body. So when you're cocooning, make sure you make it a habit. Then as you move forward into the curiosity, discovery, growth, you're going to maintain that. And this is true for everybody's path. So 6 is your arc line. This is your projection. When your arc line is not as strong, it's like your mind doesn't project. So you're just kind of stuck. You can't manifest what you want to manifest. And it's like a lot of confusion can happen. So when you're in cocooning and your arc line is your path number, so it's a 6, do what you can to stay centered. The 6 is the connection to the cosmic realm. We have a tendency to go out there and just kind of hang out and not draw it back in and ground it. So your presence is very prayerful. People see you that way. Make sure you do what you need to do to see yourself that way, so that you're really making sacred everything. And as far as the manifestation aspect, this is where you really want to make sure when you're cocooning, you really let yourself discover or feel into what you really want to manifest. So you might take a break from just manifesting everything, whatever. If you have trouble manifesting as a 6, work on your arc line. There are ways, let me know if you want suggestions. Okay, next is the aura. Again, that's mine. So again, when I'm in cocooning, it's so important for me not to let the outside influence this, influence who I am, what I know about myself. I do have a tendency to say yes to a lot of things. I have had to say no to almost everything. And let me tell you what, it's been the best thing I've ever done for myself. So if you're feeling like you need to strengthen your aura, again, I'm here, let me know. We'll get you going. If all your numbers added to 8, that's the pranic body. The pranic body is amazing. It is your fearlessness and it is your energy, your ability to see any task through to the end. Now, when you're cocooning and your path is an 8, I feel like it's a kind of challenging to cocoon as an 8 because you have the force. The force is with you, right? You have the fearlessness and you just want to go and off into infinity. I mean, look at the 8. It is the symbol for infinity. So, pause. Pause. Pranayama. Any breathing exercises. When you master your pranic body, you master your mind. How freaking awesome is that? So do meditate with your breath. I really feel that any breath work that has you sustain or maintain or hold your breath, suspend it, very good. Because right now we're suspending our action so that whatever butterfly we're turning into has a chance to fully develop. I'm moving on now. If your numbers added up to 9, that's the subtle body. The subtle body is the part of us that has been with the soul through all of our lifetimes. The subtle body sees so much that no one else would notice. If your path is a 9 and you're in cocooning, it's super important for you to look at the big picture and then look underneath. To see the subtle energies and to feel within you what different things feel like. If your subtle body is strong, you cannot be manipulated because you, again, see the subtle energy. So this is another one about not letting other people influence you because they think they can somehow take advantage of you. Be really mindful of your mastery, of your own knowing. Spiritual practices for 1,000 days in a row, no skipping. That will bring mastery to you. So, if you can do that, let me know. Have I done it? Yes, I have. All right, moving on. Radiant body. If your numbers all add up to 10, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 37. 10 is a 10. 10 is the radiant body. The radiant body is your royal courage, and it's a shield of light that surrounds you. And it dissolves any negativity that's within you, and it blocks any negativity from getting to you. I want a strong radiant body. And if your path number is a 10, focus on your inner nobility. Do not allow yourself to talk negatively to you and downplay your radiance for fear of being seen or for fear that somebody's going to think badly of you. You are here to be noticed. So allow yourself to be noticed. You don't have to allow yourself to be noticed a ton when you're in cocooning, but develop that royal courage so that when it is time for you to step back out and start into your more growth and expansion stages, that you are noticed for the light that you are. Okay? There's one last number, and it is 11. If your number is added to 11, then your path in this life is mastery. You're here to master all aspects of your being. You're here to master every part of you, and you're here to be an initiator. You're going to initiate ideas, projects, concepts. One is the initiator, and then the second one is the one that is all. So you're initiating the one that is all into this earth and this realm. In your cocooning stage, it's really important for you to realize that you don't have to master every single thing. You're probably good at a lot of different things. You don't have to master them. And if you don't master everything right away, do not get down on yourself. Remember that your purpose is mastery. Getting down on yourself is not a form of mastery. Okay? So when you're cocooning, you come up with all the ideas that you want, all the ideas that you can. Just journal away. Don't do anything until you have come in line with the one that is all. And you'll know, because when we get curious, we'll get curious enough to move into the curiosity. Okay, and that's what I'm going to be talking about next week. In 2 weeks. Next time on the Tidbits episode. And I'll run through the numbers there as well. Now, this was a really general and simplified kind of version of the life purpose map. And so if you're looking for more direction in your life right now, maybe you're cocooning, or maybe you're growing and you're not exactly sure which direction to take, these life purpose maps not only give you confirmation, they give you direction. And it's more than information. It's action. They help you determine where to act, what to act into, and how to strengthen the aspects of yourself that you're really working with right now. So if you're interested in learning more about that, please find it on my website, lightofconscience.com. You can do /life purpose map, or just click life purpose map. You can find me on Facebook or Instagram at Light of Conscience. I have a community on Facebook that focuses on learning about these 10 bodies and the life purpose map. That's Light of Conscience community. I highly recommend you join. It's super fun and it's a really uplifting place. And of course, I have Club LC. Now, with the life purpose map, you get a month free in Club LC at the price it is now. When it goes up, and it will, you'll actually have additional months free in Club LC. So it all kind of works together and it's really cool. But I really, really would love to do this for you. It's super fun and super awakening, eye-opening, and clarifying. And it's not just information, it's also actionable steps that you can take to really, really come into your highest fulfillment. And I want that for you because you're awesome and you deserve it. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this podcast episode, or if you're watching on IGTV or on YouTube, thank you so much. Write a comment, leave a review if you can do that. It would be really, really awesome and helpful for other people to find this information as well. So until next time, have a beautiful day. Figure out your path, and if you have questions, let's hop on into the group and let's see what we can do. Sat Nam.